did everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we shared makes it all worthwhile. That this plays on. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona, coming to you from the Ironwood Forest National Monument. Good morning. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hope you're all doing well on this fine Monday. Started the day off with Ava Potterfield and friends, having a cup of coffee with her and everybody there. Always a good time, and appreciate the shout out, Ava. Ava's out filming this morning, so she's going to catch the replay. And thanks everybody who watches the replays. That's always appreciated. Don't forget to leave a comment and give me a like if you don't mind. All right, hopefully she gets some good shots in today. Ringo and Czar are here this morning. Good morning, good morning. Good to have you guys here. First member in the house, Jolly Matilda. Good morning, all the way from Virginia. Scrolling. Let's see who else we have here. Just having a little chat with Tracy, Jolly Matilda, while I was waiting. Here we have another member in the house, CR View. Good morning, Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. I'm curious how Crystal's job is going. She's working there in town, up there in Quartzsite. How's that going for her? Roy and Becky are here, another channel member. Good morning. Don't forget to check them out at 10 o'clock Arizona time, which is also Pacific and Mountain Standard Time. So they'll be coming up here in about 2 hours. Always a good time. Shanna Kraft is here. Good morning, Shanna. Thanks for coming in. Hope your Monday is going well so far. Let's see, Cookie is here. Good morning, Cookie. Everybody's saying hello. My neighbor and friend Carl Matson is here. Good morning. We had a great lunch with them yesterday. They're preparing for a trip to Texas, and we're going to be watching their place for them while they're gone, watering some plants and kind of keeping an eye on their place. So we're looking forward to that. And then when we take off and visit friends up in the forest or wherever we travel, they watch our place for us too. So we have a great little neighborhood here. We all take care of each other. Scrolling. Everybody's saying hello. Look at this. Dave Wanders is here. Good morning. Oh, I'm jealous. You're up in Pine Top, Arizona. Nice and cool up there. Very nice. We're hoping to get up there maybe next month. We want to head up into the trees and where it's cool. We'll see how it goes. I was watching a channel yesterday of a guy who does reporting for RV related stuff and campgrounds, and he mentioned that the campgrounds were not as crowded this last holiday weekend as they normally are. Everybody is wondering why. 2021 is here. Good morning. Good to have you. Congratulations to Canada for winning the Canadian Open yesterday. All right, Cookie's getting some more coffee. That's good. There's Naj. Good morning, Naj. Always good to have you. Thanks for coming in. Naj is a great supporter. Quinn Dynasty is here. Good morning. Good morning here. Look at that. Ann is here too. Good morning. Good to have you. Scott, Ann's husband's father is going through some health issues, and Scott's helping him through that. So prayers for Senior that everything works out. Yeah, Crystal got a job. I forgot where it was, but in one of the local food establishments there. Check out Ann Jay's channel. She does some interesting live videos as she's driving around. And you know, that's nice because we don't get to see Oregon down here much from Arizona, Oregon, Washington, Wyoming, where Ann and Scott wander, go camping and showing us around. That's always interesting to see. Yeah, we do look out for each other. Oki and I live right on the corner of this section of land coming into the neighborhood, and so we see everyone coming and going. And then I have a security camera on the front gate, so I get an alert on the phone, and I can play back a recording of who went by. So when we get some desperados wandering around looking at stuff, and you know which ones I mean, then sometimes I take a walk out there and have a little chat with them, make sure they're not lost. Not sure what that was relating to. Oh, cost of gas? Yeah, gas is crazy expensive here in Arizona. It has been for a while. It's starting to go down now. You see where my app is here, Gas Buddy. I use Gas Buddy. So it's still $4.25 a gallon here, which is pretty expensive to fill up the RV and go anywhere. So we've been sticking closer to home. We haven't done any cross-country stuff, and I think Roy and Becky are doing the same up there in Quartzsite, staying pretty close to home. There's Wee P Mike. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Talca Detectors here. Good morning. Beautiful day. Great video. Salutes. Thank you very much. Yeah, keeping father-in-law in our prayers for sure. Yeah, the video goes to iCloud, and then anywhere Oki and I are, we can play that back. So we get a little notification, and then we get this. We have this app on our phone, and so I can click on this, and then you can see a car came in there. I can click on that. I can zoom in on it, or I can play it. I can play the recording. Might be a little slow. There's the car that came in. So, you know, the majority of people out here are nice folks, but sometimes you have folks that want to come out and then see if there's any stuff that you have laying on around that they might be able to help themselves to. And so, okay, job didn't work out. Okay, well, that's nice. Nice to be able to make that decision, and you don't need to be working in a place that you hate for sure. That's no fun. We've all had jobs that we didn't enjoy. All right, Scott will be here shortly. He's on the phone. $3.85 at Love's. That's pretty good. That's quite a bit cheaper than here. And I never figured out why it's so expensive down here. I think so, with the cost of gas, Tracy, and also, geez, what's the cost to go shopping, grocery shopping now? I mean, the price of eggs, everything is gone sky high. And so a lot of families are probably struggling. I know we help our daughter. She's got 3 kids, mostly teenagers, that, you know, eat constantly, and they want to have snacks. And of course, you need to pay for all that, and it's expensive to do that. So we help our daughter out, make sure our grandkids have what they need. Oh, that'll be nice, Cookie. Go camping the weekend of the 23rd if it works out. Sounds like some good content. Cookie's on TikTok. Yeah, it's nice to get away. We didn't do a lot of camping when we were in Virginia, though, as I remember. We were stationed there for 3 years. We didn't do a lot of camping in Virginia. I think I was at work all the time and stressed out. Well, you got that right. They eat like every 15 minutes. You know, we have them over here quite often, and you feed them a big dinner, and 15 minutes later, one of them's popping up saying, "I'm hungry." Tent camping, huh? Yep. If you have a nice bed set up, that's all you need, Cookie, right? So I had to go to the dentist, which is not one of my fun things to do. But I started getting swelling and pain in my jaw, and I'd had that for quite a while. I had, when you clench down, I've had TMJ in the past, which never really goes away. And it comes mostly from stress. So when you're in stressful situations, I tend to clamp my jaw down, and then that, causes issues for your jaw and muscles and everything. Everything tenses up. So I thought I was just clenching maybe at night while I was sleeping, because every time I would touch my teeth together, it would hurt. So I'm thinking, okay, I got to concentrate on not clenching. Well, it got worse and worse and worse as the days went on. And then I woke up one morning, my face was all swollen up. So I went in. I had a big abscess on a tooth up here on the upper right side of my face. So it took me 2 days to get into the dentist. When they finally got me in there, they said, "Yeah, you definitely have a problem there." So they gave me some medicine, some antibiotics, which I started taking as soon as I got out in the car. And the next morning, it started to ease up. And then I went to another dentist to have a root canal, but he said, "Well, you've already had a root canal in there, so we've got to redo the root canal." Have you guys ever had a root canal redone? And I was asking him, "Well, how can that be swollen and infected if I already had a root canal and there's no root in there?" He said, "Well, what happens is if you have a crown on that tooth, which I did and still do, and it's leaking." Did you know crowns can leak? So if they put that crown on your tooth and it's basically a tight fit. Well, over the years, that crown in your tooth wears away and that crown opens up a little bit and you get leakage in there. And so that gets up on top of the tooth and it's microscopic, he said. It can get down into your uh, root cavity there if you don't have a root in that tooth, and it can cause an infection. And that's basically what happened to me. So not a fun few days, but I'm definitely feeling better now. All right, we have Steve and Tina popped in. Good morning, good morning. They have a live stream every weekend on Sundays, I think, and always interesting. And then they're doing premieres periodically, so another great channel. Oh, that's good, Cookie. Twin mattress, that should work. So if anybody, one of the moderators can drop a link for Roy and Becky's travels. They're coming up live at 10 o'clock. So somebody drop a link for them and we'll raid them whenever we're finished here. Fox Van D popped in. Good morning, good morning. It's nice and cool this morning, huh, D? I think it was 58 when I woke up this morning. Let's see what the temperature is now. What's the weather here?
It's currently clear and 70 degrees.
70 degrees. It's only going to be 88 today. See, there's a motion detected in the front gate. That's that alert we get on the security camera. So let's see who's out there. And then I can bring it up live and see who's there, and then I can speak. Hey, who goes there? And if anybody's out there, it scares the crap out of them. But probably a bug or something flying by or a bird, you never know. So it's only 88 today. That's cool. So I've got my cooler set up. I have a swamp cooler that I use to cool the house while it's very dry, and I run it off of solar. So I've got the solar panels set up, and they're bringing in, let me see here, on this line up here, you can see 194 watts. So I've got 194 watts coming in, charging the battery. Normally have 300, but one of the panels, we had a dust devil come through and it slapped my two panels together, poked a hole in one of them, and I can show you, I think I've had a picture of it. It actually busted a hole in one of the panels, so I'm running on about half solar power, but it's still catching up, still charging the battery. And Oki and I are going to head up to Santan Solar here in a couple of days. I thought I uploaded a picture of it. I don't see it right now. And we're going to pick up a couple more used panels. They sell used panels up there for like $65 for a 250 watt panel. And we're going to pick up a couple more panels. And then I'm going to actually mount a couple of them up on the roof. So right now they're on the ground and I have to move them with the sun. So I'm getting some mounting clamps so that I can mount them up on the roof and not have to move them around so much. I guess I got that. Still looking for that photo. Where are you? Oh, check that out. That's a background there. That's Roy and Becky back last year. I guess I don't have it. But anyway, I got a big old hole in that panel. It doesn't work very good anymore, so I've got to get that checked out. One other thing that we have going on is water is really important here in the desert. And so we have our own water well that we share with our neighbor across the road. And about this time of year, it starts to struggle. And because the monsoons aren't here yet, and we've had years and years, a couple decades of drought, we're not getting the rainfall that we normally get. And so everybody's wells out in this area, the static water level is continuing to drop. And so the way ours works, it pumps water, and then when the pump gets into the air, which is basically the water level drops, the pump starts sucking air, it shuts off automatically, and it waits for the water to recover back up, and it waits 20 minutes, and then it pumps again and then shuts off again. So anyway, we're down to about 600 gallons a day for 2 properties, which is barely enough. We can get by with that. We haul water during the month of May and June to keep our trees going on the property, to take some stress off the well, and we don't want to short our neighbor water. So we haul a few thousand gallons of water to soak the trees real good. So anyway, we've got a company coming out. Once we get the quote and we agree on the price, that's going to come out and put a camera down the well. They're going to record down the casing and tell us and show us what condition it's in. It's about 18 years old, but my concern is the slots. They actually cut slots in the metal casing, and I'm wondering if the slots are basically rusted together. You know how metal rust, steel rust, you get scaly rust in there, and I'm wondering if the slots are closed off. They have some acid they can put down in the well and then run a brush, a circular brush down there, and clean all that scaly rust off. Anyway, we're thinking about trying that to see if we can get some more output on the well. And if we can't, then we have to look at sometime in the future having another well put in. So the challenges of living in the desert, that's basically what it is. Water is really important out here. All right, I know I'm behind. Oh, Cookie, I had a root canal that was done in 88 that abscessed, and they had to pull it. Wow. Oh, that looked like a tough one to get out. They had to break it out, huh? Yeah, it looks like it's a pretty common issue, huh? Yeah, I asked Roy, where's your thumbnail? He's scheduling his live now. All right, Carl's got a dentist appointment, so he's heading out. Thanks for popping in, Carl. Roy didn't schedule it, but here's his channel. Thanks, CRView, for posting that. And here we go. There's the live. All right. So be sure to go over there and check that out. Yeah, I was looking for it too, Tracy, on Ava's live stream. There's Mel and Nettie. Good morning. Good morning. Had a tooth infection and cleared up after 5 days. That was also my tooth that had a crown. I had a big lump on my cheek too. Yeah, that really sucks. Boy, and you talk about pain. Tooth pain, do you guys know anything worse than having tooth pain? I don't. That's some of the worst pain. I did learn something from my dentist. So last time I had this issue, the dentist told me I usually take Aleve and then Tylenol. So Aleve is the same as one other drug, but that's what I prefer. And then they told me to alternate them. So every 4 to 6 hours, I would take a couple of Aleve pills, and then I would take Tylenol later, and then a couple of Aleves. So I would rotate them, which helped more than just taking one or the other. The dentist this time said take them together. So for this that I had, he said take 600 Aleve and 500 Tylenol at the same time. And he said that's going to help your pain real well. In fact, he said they're starting to make pills now that are a combination of those two that you can take, one pill with both of them. Have you guys seen that? I have not, but it really worked. It took the pain away, deadened it real well. And so I'm going to keep that, a note of that. So if I need it again, and it also works for sciatica or lower back pain, things like that. Richard B is here. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you made it. Van Girl Sherrill is here. Good morning. Good morning. Probably Steve Wanders flying by your camera. Yeah, that could be. That could be. Except he's up in the trees where I think I'd like to be. Everybody's saying hello. Did I see Tim? Okay. Steve and Tina. Ooh, 62 in Venice, California. That's nice. Gia is here. Good morning. And if I'm pronouncing that right, good morning. Good morning. Good morning here, wherever you're at. So Roy's got some new solar panels now. We have matching panels too now. Yesterday, the wind threw one of our 150-watt panels and broke it. It's still working though. I'm glad it wasn't one of the 250-watt panels. Yeah, that was the 250-watt panel that I lost. And I've decided, I'm going to mount them on top of the house. I keep a 200-watt-hour lithium battery charged and run the swamp cooler with it to cool the house, which works pretty well while the sun's out. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's Scott. Good morning. Good morning, Scott. Prayers for your dad. PSV is here. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. No worries, Dee. So Dee can see everybody that's saying hello. She can't tag you back, but she can see you. No worries. Yeah, those panels take a beating and keep on ticking, that's for sure. Yeah. We're talking to our neighbor. We're going to go ahead and try this if the price is not too expensive to get the well basically cleaned out. They've got to pull the pump out. They're going to send a camera down the casing, take a look, check the static water level. That's basically where is the water sitting at. And it's only about a 350-foot well. So we'll check the static water level, get it cleaned out, and then do some testing with it, see if it's going to get better. Otherwise, it's about 50 grand to dig a new well. But you need water. If you live in the desert, you've got to have water. Can they use some sort of explosive to open the slits up? We would use a shotgun to blow the well tips open from being plugged. I'm not sure. It would have to be a very controlled detonation. But they have some acid, they said, that works pretty good. So we have a holding tank with 2,000 gallons. So what we'll do is we'll shut the valve off going into the holding tank and we'll run off of that. The plan, they said, is to pull the pump and the pipe out and the wiring, put the camera down into the well case, look around, then make a determination, put acid in there, and then a round brush, rotating brush they run down there. And they've got to do that down to 320 feet, is where the slots are, where the cuts in the casing are. And so it takes some time to do that. They leave the acid in there from 12 to 24 hours. So it would be a couple of days without water, but we can survive that with a 2,000 gallon holding tank. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. The scheduler's on vacation in Indiana. All right, so are you scheduled, Roy? I know during Ava, she shouted you out, and I went looking for your thumbnail and couldn't find it, so I figured you were running a little late. Tooth pain is the worst, but heart pain, I think, has it beat. Well, luckily, I've never experienced that. Don't want to, but I imagine it would be. All right, Richard has got to go. See you next time, Richard. Thanks for popping in. Cookie says broken ribs are the worst. Oh, never experienced that either. Gracie is here, another channel member. Good morning, Gracie and Jacques Adventures. And Gracie, you were up at 023, right? You still up there? Looked like everybody was having a great time. Oh, there's Ron Darrell. Worst pain is your ex moving in next door. I got to agree with that. Earache pain is bad too, yeah. Very true. Gracie's on her phone. She's not tagging, but she can see everybody saying hello, so that's good enough. Yeah, hot and cold drinking was the worst. Had to chew on the other side. Yeah. Touching my tooth was intense pain. That's what I had. But boy, I'll tell you what, once the pain's gone, it's like like you're a new person. It does work. Be careful with how much you take. I took just a real light dosage. I am not a doctor, but that's what my dentist told me. And it worked. There's Roy and Becky's live. All right, so they're scheduled. Roy and Becky's Travels live coming up at 10 o'clock. That's an hour and 20 minutes. All right. Joseph Stewart Park, 023 is happening. Such a good time. Yep. We're hoping to make it up there next year. We had too much going on here at the homestead. We had a new roof we needed to put on the house. We had doctor's appointments, root canals. Life tends to get in the way sometimes of having fun. Oh, okay, you are laying your panels down. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, it would be nice to be there for sure. And I think Lily's up there and Sandra's up there. They're usually watching in the chat. And Badge is here. Hello, Badge. Hope you're staying warm up there in Canada. Badge, is cold down here. It was like 57, 58 Fahrenheit down here this morning. Oki was out there with her jacket. I got really close to putting mine on, but I toughed it out. You would have been proud of me, Badge. Next time. Oh, thank you very much. Fangirl Cheryl, thank you. Appreciate it very much. Wow, I haven't got one of those in so long. I have a little video for you. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. The twins left. Okay. So that's 023 is going on up in Oregon. A bunch of YouTubers up there having a great time together. Ron Darrell saying hi to everybody. All right, we're coming. Yeah, family comes first for sure. Yeah, it's nice and cool, huh? 75 in Quartzsite. Nice and cool. Unusually cool, I think. For this, we're in, this is June 12th. We should be in the hundreds. Jolly Matilda, she wants a schoolie. Ready to go at any time, just like Ron Darrell. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support, Fangirl. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Yes, we do. Susan is here, taking a break from the heat. That's Dave's wife, Susan and Dave. Oh, 41. That would be a little cold for Oki, and maybe me too, but it warms up nicely. Very cool. You're up in the pines. That is awesome. So we also have an RV. We have a Winnebago RV. It's not a fancy one. It's a 26-footer, 2015 that works well for us. And I've been struggling with the generator. Everybody with RVs knows having a generator is important, especially when you need to run the air conditioning. And this generator has been spitting and sputtering for a couple years. I've been putting gasoline treatment in it, and it seemed to help a little bit, but it would run, cut out, run, cut out. So it was doing that all the time. It would keep the air conditioning going, but it wouldn't run nice and smooth. I was out doing my monthly tests, so I run the generator once a month. They say you should do it to keep everything working. And it's underneath a cover awning, and I have, some shade cloth there. And I opened up the door of the generator compartment, and I'm watching it run, and I'm thinking, why is this thing spitting and sputtering? It's got to be something easy. It's got to be something easy. Well, it turned out it was. While I'm watching it and trying to think through, okay, the carburetor is fairly new. It's been replaced by the previous owner. I've been running solution treatment through it, so I'm sure it's the carburetor. It's got a new plug. It's got a new air filter. The only thing I haven't replaced was the pump. And so I was thinking and contemplating, should I replace the pump? Maybe that's it, the fuel pump. Well, while I'm looking at it, I saw this little minute spark. And it turned out to be on a ground wire. So there's a shutoff valve on the carburetor that has a positive, it's a 12 volts, got a positive and a negative wire. The negative wire goes down right by the carburetor, and I saw it arcing. And I'm watching it, boy, that looked like an arc. And I'm watching another spark. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, having a arc or spark next to gasoline is not a good idea. I traced the wires. Well, that's a ground wire. So I found out that this ground wire was laying on top of plastic, had a threaded screw through it that went into the case of the generator, and that was the ground for that cutoff switch. It's a fuel cutoff switch on the carburetor. Well, that screw was loose. And so I took it apart, and it was dirty. It was, had gasoline crud all over it. And it was pretty dirty. Let's see if I got a picture of it. That's what it looked like. You can see that ring terminal there. So there's the screw. So it wasn't making a good connection. So it didn't have a good ground connection. And what was happening was, as that engine was vibrating, it was making and breaking connection. And it was cutting the gas off and turning it back on. That's what was causing my whole issue. So I cleaned that connection up and re-landed it, and I changed how it was set in there. And there it is now, running nice and smooth. So I was pretty happy that I got that fixed. I've been battling that for probably 2 or 3 years. Yeah, earth wires are very important on vehicles. You're right. And that's basically what he's talking about, is the ground. The ground wire was loose. I cleaned it up, put it back on. Something so simple, and it caused me issues just crazy. Thanks, Dave. And I want to see what Badge says. Badge, are you proud of me? I hope so. Yeah. It's been a struggle for sure. Yeah, corroded grounds are a pain on everything. That's right. So I'm tickled. I'm really happy that's fixed. You always have issues when an RV owns you. You've got to tinker and keep fixing things no matter what it is, whether it's a schoolie, an RV, a van, there's always something that needs to be fixed. Oh, yeah, that's right, Gracie. You had to replace yours, huh? Did you just wear it out or what happened to it? Do you know? Dirty earth on engine chassis. Yeah, no end to starting problems. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, I'm pretty happy. I'm having a good week already, and it's only Monday. Yeah, I'm pretty tickled. I'm pretty tickled. Car hauler, no maintenance. So what else is going on? So we're going to get some new solar panels. I'm pretty tickled about running the evaporative cooler on solar, and Roy and Tim are doing the same thing up there in the Quartzsite area. They're running their window air conditioners on solar, which is really cool to get a small enough air conditioner and enough solar where you can run it. And it's basically free power. Obviously, you have to buy the equipment, but hello, Ivan. Thanks for joining us. You have to buy the equipment to run it, but I think it's a pretty quick payback to run things off the solar when you can. Now, I'm going to put some panels on the roof. I've got a 200 watt hour lithium battery in the garage, feed down, and then run the cooler until the monsoons come. Now the cooler, or evap cooler as I call it, runs good at low humidity, and so we're running about 11 to 12% humidity right now, and so the cooler works real well. Besides that, since I retired from the co-op, the electric co-op, they give me a retirement check every month, and I don't want to send part of that back to them. I want to keep as much of that retirement check as I can. And so running the cooler on the solar and battery, I get to keep a little bit more of that retirement check without having to send it back to the co-op. Is that mean? Do you guys think that's mean? I think it's smart. Yeah, I think they're at 10 o'clock Arizona time. RV DJ, Sonia's here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Been a while since I've been on your live streams. I need to get back over there, Sonia. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. We're talking about running AC on solar. So Tim has that set up since about 7 a.m. this morning, also running a laptop and Starlink on it. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. And as time goes on, you can kind of increase capacity, battery capacity, add maybe another solar panel or two and run more. So Roy says we went from using 5 gallons of gas per day to about 1 gallon a day. We only run the generator at sundown. So you figure, 5 gallons times $4 a gallon, that's $20, $20 a day. And you're running it every day, right? So let's say Face ID, get my calculator out because I can't add or subtract in my head. The $20 a day times 30 days, let's say, that's $600 a month that you could pay on gas. You can buy a lot of equipment, a lot of solar equipment for $600 a month. So if you're up there and they're staying up there all summer, let's say you multiply that by 4 months, that's $2,400 of gas that you normally would have to spend over a 4-month period of time, you can get some pretty nice equipment for that. So that's a great idea, getting as much on solar as you can. Problem with RV Air, they start on 2,300 watts to start and run on 1,800. Window runs on about 600 to 800 watts. Yeah, that's what Roy and Tim are doing. They're running that window AC. Yeah, I agree. It is smart. All right, Van Girl, you taking off? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it very much and appreciate the donation. Happy Place Camping is here. Felix, good morning, good morning. Well, it's afternoon where you're at. We still haven't gone to a permanent solar system. We have portable panels, but we aren't sure we want to go do solar. So yeah, portable panels work great. And the nice thing about the portable panels is you can move them where you need them. So if you're parking under a tree in the shade, which most of us want to do, and you have the portable panels with a good long piece of wire, you can set the panel out in the sun while you park your rig in the shade. And that's what I used to do. In fact, I still have a portable panel that we use just for that situation, except I've got it out there sucking up energy right now because I broke my other panel. So those portable panels work fine. And for a small trailer like you guys have, it works just fine, I'm sure, for what you need. Yeah, that is so cool. And it makes you feel good, huh? That you can do that. Dave put some solar on our car hauler RV. Works great boondocking. Great job, honey. There you go. You got a brownie point, Dave. You got to pick those up whenever you can get them. All right, we got a question. Steve, is there room for Badge and L and Ironwood for the winter? You better believe it, Dave. You better believe it. I will go out and select a spot for them, one of the primo spots out here in the Ironwood Forest National Monument, just like I did last time. Always got to take care of your YouTube friends. That's a good point. The window unit uses less gas if you need to run. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, you're still morning. Okay. So Tim says window unit runs on 540 watts. You have 15 total watts. Wow, that's very cool. Very cool. I haven't decided how many solar panels I'm going to put up on the roof, but we have a metal roof and it has what they call a standing seam. And so they make a clamp that you can put on that seam and you can clamp it down and then it bolts to your solar panel. And so I'm going to try that. I've got some of those coming today. They're very expensive. They're like $10 a piece, but they will withstand 150 mile per hour winds. If you get a good storm on your roof, you don't want the solar panels coming off. And so they clamp down with set screws. They don't hurt the panel. The warranty is still intact with the roof. So the guy who put the roof on gave me the specs for these clamps. So that's what I'm going to use. So if you guys haven't seen Happy Place Camping, check out their channel. Felix also has a Happy Place Cooking channel that she shares recipes, easy recipes that work really well when you're camping. So Anybody wants to drop a link for any of that, feel free to do that, please. Well, let me read that. Yes, exactly. Rig in the shade, panel in the sun. Don't want to park in the sun. Yep. I have found, Felix, that even parking in the shade on the 750 watts that I have on top of the RV, I still pick up enough solar energy to keep the batteries charged. So it still works, but for what you guys have, that sounds like the perfect setup. I'm not going to lie, though, I miss this 41-year-old snowmaking rooftop AC. Yeah. Well, it's there. I can't believe, Roy and Becky have a 1982 Class C that is named Honey, and the air conditioner on that thing still works, and it has the old Freon in it, the stuff you can't get anymore, and it still works, and it works better than the stuff they make now. Yeah, they don't start for an hour yet. So, Van Girl, you better hang out here for a little while. Oh, I am up on 1 hour, though. You are awesome, guys. When you think it's cold, it's just right for us. Yeah, I knew that bad. When it's in the 50s, that's like t-shirt weather for you guys. Canadians, that's right. When I saw Badge down here in the Ironwood meetup, it was in the 40s that morning, and he was wearing shorts. I had my hoodie on and in my jacket and my long pants. So, hey, Badge, check this out. That's our sticker for next year, Ironwood 24. So we got an Ironwood meetup every year. We're going to have it sometime in February. So Sticker Mule had a $29 sale on this new sparkly sticker that they're doing. And so I bought 50 of them for $29, and then I rated them, and I told them, I think it's a little too sparkly. Can you tone the sparkly down a little bit? And so they answered me back and they said, yes, we agree, because I sent them a picture of it. It's a little too sparkly. It's not supposed to be that way. So they're going to reprint these and send me another 50, which are going to arrive in a few days. And so we'll have 100 Ironwood meetup stickers, and everyone who shows up next year will get one of these. So that's cool. R12 gets 10 degrees colder than the new stuff, and Badge would know. Yeah. R12 was the old stuff. Yeah. There's Happy Place. Thank you, Ann, for posting that. Happy Place Cooking Channel. And like I said, Felix does easy recipes, a lot of things that you can do while you're out camping. And there's the Happy Place Camping link. Thank you, Ann, for doing that. "70 degrees is cold for me now." That's right. Roy is an official Arizona resident, and he's signed on the dotted line. He's got his Arizona driver's license, all that stuff. So I bought a cap for him. I bought a ball cap that says Arizona on the front, and I mailed it to him. So be sure to swing by Roy and Becky's Travels here at 10 o'clock. Check out his new cap because it looks really good on him. I think I did a good job picking it. There's a Van Girl Sherrill's link. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's a little over the top. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but they're going to tone it down a little bit. That was their first try, and I jumped right on it for $29 for 50 of them. It's a pretty good deal. They usually cost like $80. I need some of those. Never too sparkling. Okay, I'll save this one for you, Badge, right here. This is Badges right here. Yeah, they are pretty good. And customer service for Sticker Mule is just awesome. This t-shirt that I have here, I had done at Sticker Mule. Once in a while, they'll offer a t-shirt for like $17. And one t-shirt, and you can put your sticker on there, and they'll print it up and ship it to you. And it's a great deal. You can hardly get a t-shirt for $17, and it's a good quality shirt too. So Scott's saying we're going to be 85 today, which will be way too warm for us here. We like it in the 60s and 70s. 85 is just about right for us. Yeah, sun and the dust will dull it down a little bit, that's for sure. Oh, here we go. Here's the rating. I love that cap. I was a Hoosier for 52 years and never owned an Indiana hat. Cool. Yeah, you're official. Roy's official. I'm going to roast the Arizona guy now. Yeah. All right, and that's good. So there's Scott's channel. One Jaws Jr. Be sure to check him out. He's a rock hound, does a lot of rocking, does a lot of rock tumbling. Very knowledgeable. Both of them are very knowledgeable. They are weather resistant. I think they'll stay in direct sunlight. They'll stay good for a while. Now, what I do with my stickers is I put them on the inside doors of my cabinets. In the storage compartments down below. I stick all my stickers in there, so when I open up the door, they show up there. A lot of people put them on the back of their rig, and I think they last a couple of years. Roy does that, and I think he could give you an idea of how long they last. But if you buy the paper, the die cut paper, they don't last as long. They're a lot cheaper, but these are the higher quality stickers here. Yeah, Steve and Tina are up there, and I think in Canada as well, they like the cool. All right, Scott says new video every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time. That's good. Okay, folks, I'm over my hour now, so thanks everybody for spending the morning with me. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. I know we're looking forward to seeing the cost for the well clean out. That's what I'm waiting on, that email to come in. So hopefully we're not too shocked. But thanks everybody for coming in today. Really appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate the donation. Thank you very much, Van Girl, and we'll see you next time.